exciting Wednesday and welcome to Straight Talk, where we tackle the issues that matter most. I'm Chito Lozada.
I'm Teddy Montelibano. We are live on Daily Tribune's Facebook page and Tribune Now on YouTube, bringing you insightful decisions on the topics shaping our world.
Today we're joined by a guest who has played a key role in the development of major infrastructure projects in our country, from the expansion of Clark International Airport to the creation of New Clark City. With years of experience in engineering and public service, he's been at the forefront of transforming the nation's landscape.
Our guest today holds an MBA from the University of the Philippines. He has trained at the Harvard Kennedy School and has led critical projects under the Basis Conversion and Development Authority, or BCDA.
So we're honored to have him today. Please welcome the President and CEO of BCDA, Engineer Joshua Jake Bingcang.
Engineer Bingcang.
Magandang umaga po. Good
Magandang umaga,
morning,
very
sir.
good morning,
Chito
and
sir.
we're so honored and pleased to have you on the show.
Likewise, the same po. It's an honor, and we appreciate having us in your program.
Yes, BCDA, as your credentials are quite sterling. I had a brief run through.
Salamat
Tell me,
po.
but tell me, sir, where were you? How did you start? I mean, you're a homegrown
Yes.
Pampanga native.
Pampanga, yes.
You were bred
Yeah.
in Pampanga, and you're
Yeah.
also your
Yeah.
first education was in Pampanga schools.
Yes.
How did you get into How did you get into
He's
BCDA?
been in BCDA for some time.
I'm on my 28th year.
Wow.
Already, it's more than half of my lifetime.
Okay.
Well, good thing is that during my university days, I really love reading newspapers. No? One of the sections that I really love reading is the business section. And at that time, I heard about it's called the Century of the Deal under President Ramos, which is the sale of Fort Bonifacio.
1992.
1995 ho yun.
1995.
Nag-graduate ko lang ho noon.
I thought 1992 ba yung start?
It started in 1992. When it was created during the last months of President Aquino, and then it's really during the time of President Ramos where BCDA was organized.
Okay.
And so the deal was sealed in 1996.
Okay. Very briefly, sir. Just capsule. What is BCDA?
Where it means Basis Conversion and Development Authority. It was created when the Americans left the Philippine soil. Kasi their agreement, the U.S.-Philippine military agreement, ended in 1991.
Yes.
And of course, what precipitated their early exit is the
Explosion of
Pinatubo.
Pinatubo. They abandoned twice.
I was studying pa lang po that time when I was really surprised. Noong time it turned out, gabi ka agad. So, umuwi ako. But going back to the BCDA, so we were created to make sure that the economic opportunities that were present during the Americans, especially the jobs, there were more than 10,000 jobs being employed in Clark during that time. So when the U.S. government left, the Philippine government immediately set up BCDA to make sure there will be first, to make sure the asset that the Americans left in Clark, the big airport, the infrastructure, will be properly managed. And then the jobs will be retained, which moving forward ngayon ho is from 10,000, there are more than 150,000 workers just in Clark. But apart from Clark, our biggest assets are in Metro Manila, the Bonifacio, Villamor, and to some extent, yung Camp Bago Bantay, sa likod ho ng SM City. Yun ho yung unang-unang nabenta ng BCDA. Camp Bago Bantay.
Quezon City?
Yes, SM North EDSA.
North EDSA.
And then...
It's also BCDA?
Yes, that was disposed in 1994. Wala pa.
That was owned by the Army? Philippine Army?
Yes.
Philippine Army.
But yeah. In Metro Manila kasi those are our assets. So, the biggest part, the biggest revenue share from our proceeds from our sale of assets goes to the military modernization,
Modernization.
which is 35%.
So that's the source of that's the source of
We were able to finance some of their Navy ships, some of their equipment, military equipment. But 27% goes to BCDA, which is to be used in redeveloping Clark. So, yun po yun. And we have Clark, we have John Hay in Baguio City, we have Point in La Union. So, all in all, our assets are more than 30,000 hectares.
These are all
Which
These
is
are only Luzon.
Luzon. We're present in Luzon.
What
But
about other parts of the country?
wala
BCDA
po eh.
is not
Wala
part
pong
of it.
American camps, I think, in that
So
area.
only American camps?
Yes.
Well,
yes.
okay, not a lot of people know exactly the history of Fort Bonifacio. I mean, especially the young ones, no?
Yeah.
They think, oh, BCDA, ano yan, Fort yan, ano?
Yeah, yeah.
But what is Fort? That's Fort Bonifacio. What
Fort
is it?
Bonifacio. So that's the biggest sale pa. Kaya nga po at that time, I was really intrigued na of interest to follow that story. 1995 na it was sold to Metro Pacific for 39 billion pesos.
No, I mean, sir, what was it? Was it an army camp? Was it a
It was
Navy
an
camp?
army camp. I used
Or
to
a
hold.
marine-
I used
marine-
to. No, I also part of my university. I studied also in Mapua. So when I was studying in Mapua, I used to hold ROTC classes in
Fort Bonifacio.
For remedial
So,
classes in my military subjects. So it used to be an army camp. So in fact when I joined BCD, it's still an army camp. No, we need to relocate the military personnel there. We need to do a master planning. We need to build the infrastructure. Kaya nga moving forward, it's now the most developed central business district in the country. Everybody is saying when they're seeing BGC, they're like in Singapore. Of course, thanks to good master planning and our private sector partner.
Yes.
So it's properly developed.
Who was the one who planned urban planning there?
It's Parson and I think an HOK. These are global brands in terms of urban planning and master planning. So kaya nga ho diyan na nauna yung yung mga underground yung mga utilities.
Yes.
Kaya wala ho tayong overhead lines that are disaster resilient facilities. And even the drainage, napakalaki ho ng mga drainage line natin. Diyan kaya walang flooding. And also we have a treatment plant before all the drainage and waste water goes to Laguna Lake, tinitreat pa ho namin. So those kind of city planning and city development were advanced at that time. And now we're implementing those lessons and more that we see sa abroad, ini-implement naman namin sa New Clark City na project namin.
So this is an advantage because your background, your educational background is you're an engineer.
Yes.
You graduated engineering
Yes.
in UP?
No, sir, I graduated in Holy Angel University.
In Holy Angel, but then you went to further studies.
For my business
your
management
for your
skills,
business
for my
management.
business administration.
Don't forget Nanyang.
Nanyang is for my
Singapore.
urban planning. So
Great.
kaya nga po nagkaroon ako ng interest. Even I note whenever I go abroad, I always notice even the small details they do on their city development. No, that means a lot to the citizens for the convenience of the public. Sinasama ko ho lagi yan sa master planning namin and even the implementation.
So you come very well equipped.
Kaya,
Good job.
kagaya po ng sa New Clark City, no? I think the pandemic taught us to be more appreciative of the outdoor, the nature.
Yes.
Di ba? Kaya more people na are going biking. Di ba? Not just for leisure, but even for work. Ang problema, dito sa Metro Manila, kulang tayo ng mga bicycle lanes. Or sometimes, pag pinipilit, hindi siya part sa standards. So, doon po sa Clark na dinidevelop namin city, meron ng separate dedicated lines sa mga bicycle lanes. Kaya sarap po mag-bike doon. Hindi ka matatakot na mahagip ka ng sakyan. Because they're separated by an island of trees.
Can you tell us about New Clark City? I mean, what is the history of it?
Okay, sir. Well, it's part of the Clark Special Economic Zone. The entire Clark po kasi is more than 30,000 hectares.
Wow, okay.
Half of Metro Manila.
That's
Metro Manila is
huge
60,000 hectares. Kaya po we have the scale in terms of land area. The developed area, which we know now where the airport is located, is around 4,000 hectares lang.
4,000 lang.
Aha, andun ho yung pre-port zone, andun ho yung airport, so dun po yung karamihan ng mga sinasabi ko, 150,000 workers. So yun po, brownfield na yon. But we're
If it's
trying
brownfield,
I mean, it's already developed
it's already
now.
developed.
Okay, so we're developing a new area of Clark Special Economic Zone. We call it New Clark City.
And
It's,
how, what is that?
it's
What kind
9,000 hectares naman po. It's 9,400. It's
9,000 hectares.
double the size of the existing footprint
Develop.
of development there. So, ang kagandahan po nito, this will be, because it's greenfield at the start, before the pandemic, so we can really properly plan.
Yeah.
So,
Who's
wala.
doing the planning?
BCDA po. BCDA is the developer, BCDA is the regulator. But we engage world-class planners now for our master planning. We have ACOM, we have the Japanese, and we have the Singapore din ho because of the Nanyang, the design standards and guidelines. Kaya makikita nyo po dyan, sobrang balance po ng development namin. Normally, the building code lang po calls for 70% development and 30% open space.
Yes.
Kaya dito, hirap na i-comply yan because of the congestion. But in fact, it's the other way around. Only 40% is going to be developed. 60% open space po.
Fantastic.
Parks, forest reserves,
Fantastic.
even green farming. So lahat ho yun for the benefits po ng mga titira doon
Yeah,
in
okay.
nature to balance nature. So yun po, we're done with the master planning, we're done with the basic infrastructure. Now we're inviting the population to come in. We have the initial school Sudon. We have UP building their
UP which
UP
college?
campus. The UP will be building a new campus in New Clark City.
Diliman.
Yeah, it will be a separate campus like Diliman, Los Baños, and Manila. It will be called UP.
All
New
of
Clark.
those will be transferred.
No,
UP
they will be
Manila.
building a new campus po. I think it will be the 19th campus po for
I see,
the university.
UP Clark.
Apo. And then Philippine Science High School is also going to be there. And then for the government, as I mentioned in our early kwentuhan kanina, Central Bank will be there. The Virology Institute, patapos na po yung building nila.
Which institute?
Virology Institute.
Virology, for
This is
the
a newly
pandemic.
created government agency, which is
For the vaccines.
to address any future threat of virus on flora and fauna. So,
That's
patapos
under the
na rin.
Department of Health.
DOST.
DOST.
DOST. So, yun po. No? And then we have private companies na po there who's building leisure development, golf courses, even the Banyan Tree,
Wow.
the
So
six-star
Banyan Tree will
hotel.
be-
The first will be in the Philippines, in Clark. And
Have they already broke ground?
They did last year po. They're already on their naka 1 year na po sila ng construction. So, in 2 years po, magbubukas na po yung ano. In fact, that area in New Clark City where the golf courses will be completed will host to LPGA event
Wow.
in 2027.
Fantastic.
In 2020.
Yeah, but then
Seven.
you already have a lot.
I told the developer, can I already announce it? Yes. It's part of the
Building and sportsman. So, but you already have hotel infrastructure then, di ba?
under construction. No, we have
No, I mean you have existing.
we have 5-star hotels already there.
What are the 5-star, 5-star hotels?
Hilton, we have Hilton, we have Marriott, we
Marriott
have
is there.
Swiss Hotel, and then we have Royce Hotel. But
Royce?
Royce, it's a local brand food there, but it's classified also as 5-star.
Okay.
But we're expanding north. Intercod, which left the Philippines in Ayala Avenue, is going
there.
back in Clark.
Fantastic. Mandarin, walang Mandarin.
Of course, the biggest the biggest anchor or anchor of the belt is the airport. No?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
We're the only in the economic zone who has our own airport. The rest wala
And the
pa.
railway system, of course.
That too,
We
sir.
will do,
That too
we will
is
do that
happening
after the
soon.
commercial break.
After the commercial break.
We will continue talking about this exciting project.
Thank you, sir.
They're very able, well-equipped. Credential.
First, we take a commercial break.
Thank you.
And this break is brought to you by Bayad Center. Hashtag bigger, better, younger Bayad, and you can buy it all. Meralco. ang liwanag ng bukas. SM, we've got it all for you. Smart. Live more today. Union Bank. It starts with you. In this break,
May isang salita si Chappie Simpson.
Pag sinabi ko, ginagawa ko. Magkalugi-lugi na ako, gagawin ko pa rin.
Tawag senador ko. Number 58. May isang salita si Chappie Simpson.
Tune in to Daily Tribune's show aimed at addressing the needs and problems of our OFWs from different corners of the globe. Hear about their plights and success stories every Tuesday and Thursday, 3 p.m. only on Daily Tribune's Facebook page and Tribune Now on YouTube.
Straight Talk dives deep into pressing issues of leadership, politics, business, and more. Engage in insightful conversations with industry shakers, government leaders, and trailblazers every Wednesday at 10 a.m. only here on Daily Tribune's Facebook page and Tribune Now in YouTube.
May isang salita si Chappie Simpson.
Pag sinabi ko, ginagawa ko. Magkalugi-lugi na ako, gagawin ko pa rin.
Tawag senador ko. Number 58. May isang salita si Chappie Simpson.
Hello, we're back here in Straight Talk. So we're talking about the projects of BCDA.
Yeah, very
And-
exciting projects.
Yeah.
I mean, this
It's,
is something that,
Kind of
you.
that the
breathtaking.
Philippines need
Yes.
at this point in time. It's a sort of source of pride.
But the the problem there is most of the workers would have to
Yeah, agree.
move out. Of,
Yes, yes. So one of the
they have to live outside.
priority projects that we're doing right now is to have a nighttime population inside Clark. no?
Nighttime?
Population because all the workers after
Vacate.
and go out and they live outside just renting place. So and also for government workers who want to be relocated there, their first question is where would they live because they will be uprooted from their Metro Manila environment and to be relocated there. So we're working right now to develop affordable housing. Yun naman po naging lesson namin sa BGC. BGC, we're proud of BGC, pero napakamahal. Even the workers there, they live outside on the periphery. So dito sa Clark, ang gusto namin, even minimum wage earners can have the opportunity to own and live inside Clark. No? Yung
But is it
social
only
inclusive.
exclusive for workers in
inside.
Clark or
Inside
outside?
Clark.
Even everybody
me.
now,
I'm
lahat po
Chito.
tayo, our children, because
Can we invest there?
yes. So, but right now po kasi, what's slowing us down in terms of aggressively doing this housing project is the limitation on the ownership of the land. Clark, kasi unlike Metro Manila na the BGC, we can sell properties. In Clark, we are only allowed lease. Okay ko, although we're giving 50-year lease up to 75 years, okay ho yan sa mga industrial, sa mga commercial, di ba? Kasi gusto nila mababa lang ang kuryente, may skilled labor. Pero pag residential ho kasi, ang hirap kong i-market sa mga Pilipino na rent lang. Hindi pa magiging sayo ang property. And we did a market study that the rent they're paying outside of the Clark, which is in Angeles, Mabalacat area, can already be used for the amortization if they would choose to get a unit inside Clark. Once it becomes freehold. No po. So yun ang gusto namin, ma-address ang traffic sa labas, yung nagbibiyahe sila ng malayo, no. So if they live inside together with their family, kaya nga po in the development, not just housing, even schools, we're attracting schools then. So gusto namin talaga maging community. Ang kaganda po kasi fence area siya. It's safe.
Compact
Then,
siya.
and you feel like in a different plane then, no. So yun po, no, we're working with Senate right now. Tapos na po kami sa lower house.
So so this will all be addressed by a bill.
By a bill, the BCDA bill, to make a certain land in Clark intended for housing to be freehold.
Freehold.
No, even kung makapasa rin po yung isa naming request, even institutional, no?
What do you mean?
Like schools, like private schools, no? Kaya nga po the initial schools that we got in Clark are all government. Kasi sa government walang problema, government to government.
Yeah.
But if it's private, they don't want lease. Like Ateneo, they went to us several times. They don't want a long term. They really want land ownership because they're preparing also to prepare an alternate site for their Katipunan site. So apart from residential, also institutional. So we're hoping to get that bill past this Congress. And then by next year, makikita po natin a lot of cranes will be rising inside Clark to address the housing needs. Of course, that is also complemented the attraction that we are presenting to the public about Clark, not just the housing, but also the infrastructure, yung train po, no? Papunta na talaga siya sa Clark. Before
What
there's
train is
issue,
this? What train system is this?
it's a high-speed rail. It's called North-South Commuter
North-South.
Railway. Although it's Manila Clark Railway, pero this is a 149-kilometer railway from Calamba in Laguna, where there are a lot of Japanese companies there.
Yes.
It will pass through Manila and then
Pass through
all
Manila.
to the way to Clark. Because makikita po ngayon, Calabar Zone, no? Laguna, Batangas, puno na ho yung mga industrial parks ng mga
Correct, yeah.
Japanese. And they're expanding that. Their natural expansion will be north of Manila na, which is Clark. And in fact po, in our recent board meeting, we already approved a 100-hectare industrial park. It will be an expansion from the one that is in Batangas, puno na. So it will be putting up their expansion area
How do you
in
call
Clark.
this industrial park?
It's called Science Park. No? It's a Filipino-Japanese partnership.
Okay.
So with this
Private sector?
private sector, so PPP po yan. So that rail po will really bring connectivity to Manila and Clark. Yung sinasabi nilang distance, hindi na. So in less than 1 hour, you don't need to bring cars. So it reduces pollution on the street, noise and everything. So you'll be there na. You will be able to catch your flight if you're taking a flight in Clark. Di ho ba? I was telling my children because we live in Angeles City and there's a theme park in Laguna. I forgot the name, Santa Rosa. Enchanted Kingdom.
Enchanted
So
Kingdom.
from
Yeah, of course.
our
Santa
place
Rosa.
in Clark to Santa Rosa, normally 5 hours. So kung matapos po yung train, 1.5 hours, we're there na. You don't need to bring cars.
Dude,
In
why
the
don't you
comfort
put up
of
a
your
thing?
train,
Why
you'll
don't
be
you
there.
put up Disneyland in ano? You have the land.
Yes.
Be interesting.
No, we're talking
Disneyland
to we're
Philippines.
talking to international companies to put out a theme park
Something.
also.
A theme park.
Because we need to have something for the families. No?
Yeah, to attract
Clark now has a lot of golf development, which cater mostly to
How
adults.
many golf courses do you have there?
Now we have I think 4, and we're building 3 more because it's not enough. I
Because
think
you said
that's
you
the
go to- yeah.
because this is now also the niche of Clark, no, golf. And before I don't want na sana more golf development in Clark because of the perception of their thirsty with water usage, diba? But they have sustainable development na they address na that.
It's not recycled.
Recycle na or rainwater catch.
Catchment.
So catchment. So right now we're losing also that kind of market to Vietnam, who is building a lot of golf courses also. So but that's apart from that, we're also coming up with other development for Clark.
It's so integrated. You have a world-class airport.
Yes.
You have world-class hotels.
Yes.
Luxury hotels, and you have golf courses.
Yes.
Which are like I would imagine that they would be designed by world-class.
Yes.
That's true.
Yes. diba?
Kaya-
So you have everything
Kaya
except
nga-
except for the water.
For the water, sir, I will be
Wala
having a presentation from a foreign company that's doing a feasibility study on how to provide long-term water supply.
No,
in
what I
Clark.
mean is that for water sports,
That's it. We're landlocked ho kasi.
Yun lang,
Yes, we're
so yun
landlocked.
ang ano nyo. But maybe you can have, well, never mind. I was just thinking.
What is this long-term water supply about? And who's
It's a Korean company. It's the study is provided by the Korean government. So we're in partnership with the Japanese and Korean government. So they will be presenting their feasibility study. Ang kagandahan to, they will have a lot of underground dams. I think it will be the first in the country.
That should be a huge project.
Yes, it will be a huge foreign investment for us. So that's one part, no. And also in terms of our programs in the coming years, we're also inviting partners now for the ICT, the information communication, the telcos, no, because we want to make sure that we provide internet connectivity at par.
Data
with
centers, no?
Data center. We already have our first data center contract signed with the U.S. Company, and also in the airport naman ho, we're expanding the airside facilities. We're building a second runway, apron, because we got big cargo carriers in Clark. FedEx, which left the country sometime in the late 90s, they're coming back. Big time this time.
Why?
They already
What do you
took,
mean big time?
they will make the Philippines under Clark to be their Southeast Asian hub. Wow. So we signed an agreement now with them. They're taking a 15-hectare location in Clark. So what they promised, they're gonna bring 18 planes a day. Right now, they're having 3 pa lang. But when that facility is completed, halos kasing laki siya ng yung facility nila na gagawin. Halos kasing laki ng NAIA 3. Ganun kalaki. It's just for them.
Fantastic.
And then there's UPS, and then there's Lufthansa. Lufthansa ho naman is
Cargo.
It's cargo. So and then another companies are coming in. So kagandahan ho sa Clark kasi we have the land. From day one, you can already start construction.
Okay.
So there's
What
no
are
right
the
of way
airlines now
problem.
operating in your airport in Siam?
There are domestic and international flights.
For international.
international, we have
Singapore Airlines.
their budget carrier, which is Scoot and Jetstar also. We
Jetstar.
have the big ones are the Qatar and Emirates going to the Middle
Qatar and
East.
Emirates,
Yeah.
Is it cheaper?
That's what they tell me because it's my office who's handling my my travel
I was told
activities.
Qatar is good.
But of course, I'm so near that area. I don't need to travel to Metro Manila. And the airport ho kasi it's so, because it's our project, I can really say it's so efficient. It's beautifully designed. Like, no hassle. Unlike ko dito, I think recently there's problem on immigration lines. But there, in 20 minutes
God,
from
so
the
which
gate to your boarding gate,
If
you're
that
there.
fast crack trail, but then of course, yeah.
get
But
there,
you,
it's,
the
kind of a
attractive thing really is the transportation. Going
Yes,
to Clark,
yes.
fast track, or
Yes.
speed railway.
Yes.
And then just to go to the airport. And
Yes,
then-
sir. Ang kagandahan ho nun, so
If
if
I have
you-
friends there in Pampanga, Claude Tayag, is a friend of mine,
the
was
chef,
saying,
yeah.
should stop going to NAIA, just take your,
No, even for those northern, kasi kaya ang catchment area ho namin sa Clark, of course, is northern, central Luzon, but there's what we call contested market. No, the one on northern side of Metro Manila, Caloocan, part of Quezon City, Navotas. If you while distance-wise it's closer to NAIA, but travel time it's faster to go to Clark than to NAIA. And there's the predictability of time. No? You will be assured of that you will be there in less than 1 hour. Problem. Unlike here, of course, there's Skyway now. It's a big help. But before, there's EDSA lang. 2 to 3 hours, diba? So, 20% of our market in Clark are from Metro Manila. So we're still getting
20%.
of our travelers using Clark are from Metro Manila. And in fact, there's congestion ho kasi in NAIA naman.
And it's easy na. There are already hotels, so you can go there a day before,
Yes.
check in, at least be relaxed, di ba?
Yes.
And
There's
then-
also bus services directly from
Yeah.
Manila. I think in Trinoma, so you can go there directly to the airport. P2P, point-to-point
Point-to-point.
services. So, and we're opening also city check-in sa Trinoma and in SM. So dito
SM
pa lang,
North
I think
SM
there's SM North EDSA. So dito pa lang makakapag-check-in ka na and your bag will be
You can check in your
delivered.
bags already.
Yes,
no?
yes.
So true.
Yes.
Terrific. Grabe.
Like in
Of course,
Seoul, we have
What
that
is
one.
crucial there is the travel time from Manila.
The good thing naman about ho kasi sa NLEX, in fact, yesterday, the president inaugurated a portion of NLEX called the Candaba Viaduct. That's a choke point kasi before.
Okay.
But
yeah.
now,
yeah.
they increased the lanes from
the
4
viaduct.
to
The
6.
viaduct,
So, they continue to, because they are our partners. Metro Pacific is our partners for our
Metro
tollways.
Pacific. So when will we have the train system? When will it be coming in?
When I checked the DOT, because it's being led by DOTR, no, they said the Malolos to Manila is almost 70%.
Hold on. This speed railway is going to be operated by PNR? Or I thought it was a foreign.
No, it will be managed by a private entity.
Private.
That's the plan. No? Of course, well, I'm with the government, but admittedly, this kind of services and facilities are better managed by private sector, who has the experience. So,
Of course, yeah.
so this will be ultimately be handed over to private sector and then the government will just get a revenue share to pay off the debt.
This is a BOT kind
Yes,
of
it's a
system.
BOT PPP arrangement. And I think with the expected volume of passengers that this train will be attracting daily, I think more than 300,000. It's a huge amount of volume.
300,000. That will really perk up Clark City.
Yes.
That's
sir.
2020.
Kaya po sinusuportahan namin talaga si Secretary Bautista kasi ang pinakamalaki makikinabang ko dito ang Clark more than Manila for this railway. As a way of decongesting the capital.
We're having a commercial break again, and we'll be back.
I'm telling you.
This break is brought to you by Bayad Center. Hashtag bigger, better, younger Bayad, and you can buy it all. Meralco, ang liwanag ng bukas. SM, we've got it all for you. Smart, live more today. Union Bank, it starts with you.
May isang salita si Chappy Chingson.
Pag sinabi ko ginagawa ko, magkalugi-lugi na ako, gagawin ko pa rin.
Tawag senador ko. Number 58, may isang salita si Chappy Chingson.
Tune in to Daily Tribune's show aimed at addressing the needs and problems of our OFWs from different corners of the globe. Hear about their plights and success stories every Tuesday and Thursday, 3 p.m. only on Daily Tribune's Facebook page and Tribune Now on YouTube.
Straight Talk dives deep into present issues of leadership, politics, business, and more. Engage in insightful conversations with industry shakers, government leaders, and trailblazers every Wednesday at 10 a.m. only here on Daily Tribune's Facebook page and Tribune Now in YouTube.
Utol, once just a colloquial term for a brother or sister. Today, the same term stands for a better option to your transportation needs. Unified Transport Operations League, or better known as Utol, was established to give you an alternative to ride-hailing with the concept of availing the service with care and compassion as if it was rendered by your own sibling.
Utol ka ba? Dito ka na. Utol ka, iingatan kita.
Now, who would you prefer to drive you home?
Utol ako, mangangalaga sa'yo.
Utol, the ride-hailing app to consider.
May isang salita si Chappy Chingson.
Pag sinabi ko ginagawa ko, magkalugi-lugi na ako, gagawin ko pa rin.
Tawag senador ko. Number 58, may isang salita si Chappy Chingson.
We're back here in
So two things, no? Two things. You want to know about the fast railway? I mean the railway, the speed railway that will service the Manila flight, particularly for people who would want to take a flight from Clark Airport.
Yes.
And then we can maybe also talk about the Luzon Economic Corridor.
Corridor.
First, the fast railway. Is it that project? Has it been started already, or what are the
It is
details?
in the it is progressing in an advanced stage already. As I was trying to recall the latest figures from the DOTR, because it was divided into, I think, 3 segments. The Clark Airport to Malolos, Malolos to Manila, and then Manila to Calamba. The one that is very much advanced is the Malolos to Manila. I think they're close to 70%.
Where does it start? The development, the buildings will start from Clark, or will it start from
The rail line. The rail line will start in no, end to end po. And the northern tip, eventually it will go to New Clark City. Right now, the New Clark City is under detailed engineering design. So from Clark Airport to New Clark City is another 20 kilometers. But what is being constructed right now is the one in front of the terminal. There's an underground terminal station, hold on. Underground. Because of the runway, you cannot go over, so you need to go under.
Fantastic.
And then it will pass by the cities na, no? All Angeles, San Fernando.
Above ground.
Elevated na po yun. Elevated. So yun po mga 30% na po yun. If you go there, you can see already the piers, the girders, andun na po. Lalo na dito sa may Bulacan area, talagang halos na-launch o nailagay na yung mga girders, yung mga dadaanan ng tren. And then the next stage is yung Manila to Calamba. Yun ang I think they awarded a lot na, but there are still few remaining for awarding. So, lahat ho yun, meron ng nakatokang gagawang contractor.
Why is Calamba included?
Because that's because of the industrial development in the south. Because it's close to a lot of Japanese companies. Remember po, this project kasi is funded by the Japanese government, JICA, together with ADB. And ADB. And there's no much room for expansion in the south. So yung north na.
So what are the essential timeline and targets here?
We were expecting that this train will be completed and operationalized by 2028 under this administration.
3 years.
3 years.
Only 3 years.
That's 3 years.
Less than 3 years.
Yes.
Okay, now the other thing that we want to find out is whatever happened to the Luzon Economic Corridor. First of all,
There's a lot of excitement.
we know that this was born out of the Trilateral Summit that was held in Washington, hosted by Biden, by U.S. President Biden in Washington. It involves Japan, U.S., and the Philippines. So, and one of the things that they established was that they were going to develop, or they were going to establish this Luzon Economic Corridor. Can you tell us what this Luzon Economic Corridor is all about?
Of course, this is meant to further support the Build Better More trusts or programs of this administration, the high impact flagship projects. So we're inviting Japan, US. In fact, recently even other countries would want to participate in this alliance project. So we're allocating big projects here in Luzon that will bring more economic development. So the projects that were identified, we're very happy because it involves a lot of them in Clark. Now we have the Subic, Clark, Manila, Batangas Railway. This is a cargo railway naman.
Separate pa ito.
Because of the big seaports in Subic,
have
in Manila,
cargo.
and in Batangas. So if we will connect all those three, which controlled, I think, more than 60% of the movements of goods. So it will bring efficiency, it will bring down the cost of goods. So we are now at the feasibility study. So the target of the government is to award this by 2027, the construction. Ang kagandahan ho nito, yung Subic Clark, na bahagi ang BCDA, nabili na namin yung right-of-way. So yung Clark to Manila and Batangas na ho yung ina-identify ngayon ng mga planners. But we already have a sizable length, mga 70 hectares na pwede nang pagtrabahuan. And then we have the Clark International Airport. So kabahagi ho namin dyan sa pag-expand. And then we have the, for BCDA projects, we have the food hub. This is one area that we want to contribute in the food security. Medyo napag-iiwanan po ang agricultural sector. So we want to make sure that we will be competitive in terms of our agricultural development. So gagawa po tayo ng food hub which is meant to provide post-harvest facilities. Yung mga gulay na nasa Cordillera, yung mga grains from Cagayan Valley, we will provide post-harvest facilities, cold
Is it something
storage.
like a food terminal?
Before, like the FTI. But this will be more modern. And then will be offered under PPP. Kagaya po ito ng isang market sa France called Engr, no, where napakalinis, and the market is not just domestic but also export. Kasi katabi naman niya yung airport natin. So those are the projects under BCDA and the Luzon Economic. But there are others with DOTR, with DPWH. So this is meant to really these partners to strengthen our economy. Ako meron nga akong natandaang comment nung when I went to Washington DC when we were planning this Luzon Economic Corridor, no.
Were you in the summit?
We did the pre-work, no. I think it was announced in April, but we were sent there by the government in February to talk to the Trade Secretary, si Secretary Raimundo. So we went to her office. Ang sabi nga niya, really they wanna support the ally countries. And sabi nga niya, when there's economic prosperity, there's national security. Which I think it's true. When people are happy with their jobs and everything, they won't think of something negative about the government or other because they're busy with their daily lives and very productive with their
work that they love.
Yes. So we want to bring more jobs.
Wouldn't this be affected by the transition in politics?
Well,
In political power?
Well, this is more of an economic partnership than a political alliance. So we see this benefiting also the U.S. because the Philippines benefiting U.S. because of their issue naman with China. So it's to our advantage on economic side.
Times flew fast, and we're leaving it to you to have your parting words.
Too short.
I haven't made kwento pa about BGC and it's all about Clark. So
The part two should be done in,
I will save some in the
part
future.
two should be done in Clark.
Yes,
Lot of
course.
topics to tackle.
Yeah, so many more topics to cover. Maybe we should do a part two in Clark.
True. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Jake, can we have your parting words?
So, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Maybe
So,
BCDA.
well, for BCDA, which has been in my significant lifetime na. So, we want to make sure that BCDA will continue to contribute to national development. In the recent GOCC Day, we are proud to say that we are among the outstanding GOCCs. There are more than 100 GOCCs pala. And BCDA is among the top performers, the like of Land Bank, the like of the other big GOCCs. And so we would like to contribute this kind of support to the national government. And also in our developmental planning, we want to make sure it's for future-proofing. Ganun po kami, long-term, 25-year horizon, sustainability, because we have a lifelong commitment to the people and to the planet. We want to make sure na kung kanino man namin iiwan to, yung BCDA, make sure they will continue these projects that are for the benefit of the country. So we will continue to pursue these projects that later on our countrymen will be very proud of. No, kagaya po ng mga jobs, no, it's a reverse brain drain. Instead of our engineers looking for opportunities abroad, dito na lang sa Pilipinas, doon na lang sa Clark, sila makakaroon ng magandang trabaho. So that's we are working hard, and we are thankful for the strong support that we continue to get from this administration, especially from the president. So with that, in the coming months, you will see more of our development that the public will feel directly because of the effect of our projects.
Great. Very well said.
Okay, Jake.
And thank you very much sa inyo pong dalawa. It's a great honor to
And
be
we are so
interviewed by
thankful that you have informed us and you have
your
enlightened
Katribo
us.
audience.
It's our pleasure, Jake.
Thank you very much.
So
Yes,
that
sir.
wraps up our today's episode of Straight Talk. A big thank you to Mr.
Engineer
Jake Bingcang for sharing his valuable insights on the future of infrastructure in the Philippines.
We hope you enjoy the conversation and gain a deeper understanding of the critical role that infrastructure plays in our nation's development.
So don't forget to join us again next week for more thought-provoking discussions.
And we would like to thank Engineer Bingcang for giving us a very good picture of what's happening in the BCDA,
Right.
and particularly in Clyde.
Do visit us anytime soon, sir.
Okay, sir. Yes, we will keep that in mind. Thank you for tuning in, and we will see you next time. Stay safe and informed.
Thank you.
This public service announcement is brought to you by Meralco.
Alam nyo ba kung saan napupunta ang binabayad nyo sa Meralco? Dito sa series na ito, isa-isahin natin yan para maipaliwanag ko po sa inyong lahat. Ako po si Joe Saldariaga ng Meralco Corporate Communication Office. Alam nyo ba na pag nagbabayad kayo ng bill sa kuryente, nasa mga 20% lang on the average ang napupunta sa Meralco? Sa katotohanan, nahahati sa iba't ibang components ang inyong electricity bill. Kumbaga parang pizza lang yan. Kasama sa binabayaran natin ay ang generation charge na napupunta sa generation companies o mga nag-ooperate ng power plants, transmission charge na napupunta sa System Grid Operator ng Pilipinas, na National Grid Corporation of the Philippines, at iba-ibang charges na napupunta sa gobyerno. Tulad po ito ng mga subsidies, taxes, universal charges at fit-all. Kung tutuusin, tulad nga nabanggit ko, nasa around 20% on the average ang kabuang bill ang binabayad sa Meralco sa pamamagitan ng distribution charge. Ito na ang pinaka-epektibong sistema para sa electricity consumer. Iwas abala ito para hindi na isa-isahin pang bayaran ng iba't ibang kumpanya na dinadaanan ng kuryente. Naway, nabigyan linaw ko po kayo kahit papano sa inyong mga katunungan ukol sa inyong electricity bill. Hanggang sa muli, ako po si Manong Joe, ang inyong lingkod.